back to the channel. It's Nancy, and I hope that you're all doing well. I have a fun recipe video for you guys today. You know, I love sushi and I love salmon because, of course, it's 0 points on the WW system. But, you know, more than anything, I love making my favorite restaurant meals in a way that saves us points, you know? And sushi is no exception. That rice can really do you in at the sushi restaurants. And so I thought, what is a way that I can enjoy some of my favorite rolls, but in a way at home that saves me a little money and it saves me a little points? And I think I have come up with something kind of genius. But it's using 0 point salmon at home with all the typical ingredients that you will find in some of your favorite sushi rolls. For example, I love the crunchy tempura rolls at the sushi restaurants, you know? And so those typically are made up of something like eel sauce or unagi sauce. You know, they will use something like tempura flakes or panko breadcrumbs, wasabi, of course. And so I have thought of something this week I am calling my avocado crunch salmon fillet. All of the typical ingredients you'll find in your favorite sushi rolls, just topped on a fillet of salmon. You know, you get that flavor profile, but of course you use it with the salmon, a 0 point salmon fillet, and it came out so delicious. I'm gonna make this thing, you know, pretty often whenever I get the craving for sushi, but don't want to spend the money or, you know, eat all of that rice. I'm definitely gonna prepare it this way because it satisfied my cravings for sushi and again, saved me so many points and saved a few dollars, you know? So I'm so happy to bring it to you this week. If you like the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. More importantly, do you want to see how it goes? All right, check it out. Let's start with our ingredients. Of course, we're going to use wasabi. You can find this pretty readily available now at the grocery stores. And a little bit of Duke's Light mayonnaise. I'm using eel sauce or unagi sauce. You could find that at the grocery stores pretty readily too. Okay, for seasonings for my salmon, seasoned salt from Lawry's, black pepper. We have an avocado and a reduced sodium soy sauce and panko breadcrumbs. All right, we're also going to use this furikake. Alrighty, so of course you're going to need your fillet of salmon. And you could find these, of course, anywhere. I love the Trader Joe's salmon because it's just so fatty and abundant. They have it all the time. I've never had a bad fit piece of salmon from Trader Joe's, you know, and it's good priced. So I'm going to go ahead and add my seasonings to the fillets. I'm only going to do 1 fillet with my new recipe here. So I'm going to add my reduced sodium. That is a teaspoon of reduced sodium soy sauce to one of my fillets here on the top after I've seasoned them with that seasoned salt and black pepper. Now, to a small bowl, I'm going to add my Duke's Light mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon worth of that, alongside some wasabi, or in addition to some wasabi. So you see this combination quite a bit in sushi restaurants, particularly in the sushi rolls. Mayonnaise is, you know, pretty commonly used. And so I thought, why not? This is something that I want to try. And it makes a lot of sense. You know, it's just eggs and oil. And so, you know, essentially a salad dressing, right? So, or a fat that you could top on a protein. So I am just mixing here my mayonnaise and a dollop of wasabi. It's pretty spicy, so use as much as you think you can tolerate. I like wasabi, so I'm using a premium wasabi, 0 points for that wasabi, and 1 point for light mayonnaise generally, right? 1 point. So I'm going to add that to the top of my filet, and I'm going to be pretty generous about it. And so What this is doing is, of course, creating kind of a flavor profile. It's building for me, right? So it's building a flavor profile. Of course, you have that salmon. You have a little bit of that saltiness from your soy sauce. And now you have your wasabi base, and it's going to create a bit of moisture with the mayonnaise, you know. So I really love that. So I'm adding that to the top of my filet, and I'm going to reserve a little bit of that mayo. There we go. Before I get into my 350-degree oven that I have prepped for this. And, you know, we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. All right, there she goes. All right, avocado time. You know, I'm not the biggest avocado fan. I do like it sparingly. You know, every now and again, I'll get a good guacamole that I can dig into. But for the most part, I'm not a huge avocado fan, and I know people that really, really love it, and I always get strange looks, especially living in California. But like I said, every now and again, I can get a really fresh one, and I'll leave satisfied, right? But I figured out a way that I can really enjoy it, and it's baked. Have you ever baked your avocado? I am going to go ahead and measure out 1 ounce of a diced avocado here, and I'm going to add it to my air fryer. So, you know, I know this may be strange for some, but what it does is creates kind of a crispy edge to the diced pieces of avocado and a creaminess to those pieces of avocado. And so again, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and dice 1 ounce of this avocado, which equals 1 point, by the way. And I think it's a very generous amount of avocado. And so I'm going to spray some cooking spray on top of the avocado and toss it into my air fryer and cook it, I don't know, for maybe 5-6 minutes or so. And there it is. Don't you think that's a generous amount for 1 ounce? It'll certainly top my filet, you know. So I'll add it to my air fryer, spray it, like I said, with a little bit of cooking spray. And what it does is create sort of crispy, rounded edges and a creamy texture. So you don't have to bake yours, but I think it really works well in this preparation. So give it a try. Okay, our salmon is out of the oven. And, you know, I don't think you should cook your salmon for more than maybe 20-25 minutes. You know, half-hour tops. You know how you like your salmon, right? You don't want to overcook it. And there it is, out of the oven, that mayo mix. You know, it looks good. Again, it just creates kind of a moisture top. You know, it should create some moisture on the top of that filet. And, of course, that wasabi taste. Okay, I'm adding my baked avocado to the top of that filet. And you can see how those avocado pieces have cooked up. There's a bit of caramelization on top. I'm telling you, it was really good. It was very creamy. I really liked it. Okay, here is that unagi sauce or eel sauce. 1 tablespoon of that sauce is 3 points. Half a tablespoon, maybe 2. So use as much as you think you want. I'm counting the entire recipe as 5 points. There's our furikake sauce. You know, this is essentially sesame seeds and seaweed. And so dried seaweed. And so it really gives you that kind of Japanese sushi roll taste, you know, the essence of that. And so remember I said I was going to reserve a little bit of that mayo. It's to top my filet with, because I think in addition to that light mayo, adding that wasabi really gives it a really good little taste, you know. It really lends into that sushi roll taste that we're going for. So there it is, the light mayo, the eel sauce, our avocado, our furikake, which is seaweed, dried seaweed, sesame, and here is our crunch factor, which of course are those panko breadcrumbs. You know, add as much as you'd like. And, you know, again, it creates kind of this crunchy top base when you go and get your favorite sushi rolls. For example, those shrimp tempura rolls, you know, they are so good. And it's essentially avocado and fried shrimp. And they fry those shrimp in those panko breadcrumbs. And this is what it is like, you know, when you get it. And again, without all of that rice, you get the essence of your favorite sushi rolls for 5 points. I loved it, and I'm definitely making it again. So, you know, something to break up the monotony from your regular 0-point salmon. Well, what did you think about that recipe? Didn't it remind you of your favorite sushi roll? You know, it had all of your typical sushi roll flavors, you know, your crunchy bit, your avocado, your sesame, your seaweed. You know, I love that recipe, and I will definitely be trying it again. I had a pretty large filet, so I had enough to have it again, you know, like the next day for a little snack. So great. And, you know, you could mix it up, try different things. You know, you could use something like a crab, imitation crab, you know, something like that. So I will definitely be trying it again. And I've even seen people bread their avocado, you know, panko breadcrumbs with the avocado before you throw it in the air fryer. So I can't wait to experiment a little bit more on that. So, well, thank you so much for joining me this week. Again, I hope that you're all doing well, and I look to bring you another fun video soon. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. And again, hope that you're doing well, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.